Hi guys, we are live and we're back for another hot off the press show. I don't know why I've got an F1 background, but there you go. We've got Jan City and Velvet Swan in the building. How are you, Jan C?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. So obviously a difficult time, obviously, with happened yesterday. We got Velvet Swan as well. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah, like I said, obviously difficult day, very, very difficult day yesterday. As everyone probably will know that Claude was a massive support for this channel, so we would be where we are now without him. So he's always in our hearts and everyone's hearts. Yeah. Yeah, Miss Melina, how are you? Big up everyone on the panel. Difficult. Yes, absolutely. But he wouldn't want us to stop. He hated football when it stopped, so we'll carry on as we usually do. But yeah, obviously they're returning to the Premier League this weekend, and I believe Man City they're playing Leicester is one of the key games of this week. Obviously with Arsenal, Liverpool as well. What's your initial thoughts going into that game?
I think it's one of them games we struggle against Leicester a little bit. It's weird against Leicester because it's normally a high-scoring game either way. Obviously, earlier in the season they beat us 5-2. I didn't see the game. I still haven't seen the game, but we did give away 3 penalties. I can't see us doing that again with the defence that we've got. So I think we realistically should be winning this time. I think Kelechi, I love Kelechi, so he'll probably score against us this time round. But yeah, I think we'll have to see. I think Man City kind of will have their eyes on the Dortmund game. I think that's where their head will be. But we need to kind of make sure that we're still picking up points in the Prem because as much as people say it's over, it's not actually over yet. So Man City need to pick up as many points as we can. Just in case, we have 2 poor games back to back and then drop 6 points. We don't want to be in a position where Man United are not far away. So yeah, I think we definitely need to fix up in the Prem, make sure that we stay on form in the Prem, and yeah, hopefully, I think with Man City, the more games we win, the more competitions we stay in terms of, and I don't mean if we win in the Champions League, we stay in it. I mean, if we're doing well in the league, we tend to do better in other competitions as well. I think that's just the way Man City are. So, yeah, I think we need to just get as many wins as we can, get over the line. Once it's done, it doesn't really matter too much in terms of our last few games because we're not unbeaten and stuff like that. So hopefully, we'll still be in all of the competitions at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think that's.
I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, I think you nailed hit a nail on the head there. Velvet Swan, obviously, from Liverpool's point of view, it's more about trying to get back into the Champions League spots now. And you play Arsenal, who are, I believe, are 10th. We could go 1 point behind you, but then every time we've tried to do that, we've ended up getting beaten up by some other team somewhere down the line. So, so I just wanted to ask, what's your thoughts going into the Arsenal game? Firstly, that was one.
I'm kind of confident for the game because if you look at international, Jota has been on fire for Portugal. Since coming back from injury, he's been scoring the goals. And if you look at our key players, like Trent, he hasn't gone on international break, so it's good that he stayed. Origi hasn't gone. Fabinho just came back from injury. He's now back in training, so that's a huge boost. And yeah, we needed a break from it because of our poor form. But watching Arsenal against West Ham, if Arsenal play like how they did in the first half, then I could see Liverpool capitalizing on that.
Yeah, if we play like we did in the first half, we'll get annihilated. To be honest, I think West Ham. I think also West Ham, I did think they got a bit too comfortable in that game. And that was sort of, I think, part of their own downfall. How did you see that game, Yancy? Because obviously for us, there were some Arsenal fans that were lauding it up as an absolute masterclass, like an absolute brilliant comeback by Arteta. But I didn't see he changed a lot in that game at all. And we should never have been in that position in the first place, which is probably why when the third goal went in, if you saw, and you can check the highlights on SFeatleyTV on one of our clips, right? You see at the end, I wasn't celebrating. I wasn't celebrating at all. There's just the amount of stress they put us through in that game. But how would you see it?
I didn't watch all of it. I saw like bits of it. I know obviously he started badly, conceded some goals that he probably shouldn't have conceded. And then the comeback was very good though. And to be honest, if that game was 5 minutes longer, I think you would have won it. I think it was just a case of when you kind of came back, it was a little bit too late to sort of go on for the win. And I think at that point, West Ham just held out. From their point of view, I think it's a case of them being 3-0 up and then not winning. That's kind of not great for them, you know. I think it's kind of like before the game, if someone said, do you want to draw? You would have said, hell no. But based on how it went, a draw was a good point for Arsenal.
Sorry, Jan, sorry, just have to cut you off just something in the comments. Hard Code FC, can you leave that out, please? She doesn't want to know about Arsenal realist. So can you stop it, please? Thank you. Go on.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was just going to say it's one of them where at the end of the game, you would take a point, but before the game, you would have been like, no, you know. So I don't know. It was a good fight back from Arsenal. I don't know if he changed something when you went 3-0 down.
It didn't look like it, to be honest. It was sort of the same thing. We nearly got mugged ourselves, to be honest. They should have buried it about 5 or 6-2.
Yeah, I think Antonio missed it. Was it like an open net at the end, or like he hit the post?
They missed sitters during that game. They had a number of opportunities. Yeah. But that's why, like I said, if we played a strong side like Liverpool, despite all their problems they're having this season, we would get absolutely battered. And just to let you know, it's half time in England's under 21s, and we are actually 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Right now, whether that means we actually go through, I doubt it. I don't think we do. I think they only play 3 games, don't they?
I think it's like halfway through, isn't it? Let me check.
Yeah, but if it stays the way it is, we'll be out. So
okay.
Oh well. that started and ended up well, didn't it?
Bottom of the group.
Oh no! I mean, Niall. I remember Niall, the Plymouth Argyle fan, does his Let's Talk Premier League. He's probably covering the under 21s. Right, we've given it all that we've got. Greenwoods and all these players, and we're gonna Tanganga, all these up and coming players, and yet we don't win. But I've heard about the recent transfer rumors about Man City, and I wanted to get your opinions on them because obviously, you probably know better than I do. But there's been obviously a lot of talk with Man City about what they're going to do this season. Because I think you do need a replacement for Aguero.
Yeah.
So, what was your standing over? I'm just going to get the transfer news up now.
Yeah, no, I'm a bit gutted about Aguero. I didn't want him to leave. I knew he was going to leave because the only thing that I would say about Man City...
Is he going?
Yeah, it's confirmed now.
Wow.
He's leaving, yeah. So it's sad. You know what I would say about Man City, which they do really well, is at the moment, like, Aguero's been a key player for Man City, part of our spine for years now. And he hasn't been at his best because of injuries for the past 2 seasons. This season, we've not really seen Aguero. He's played a few games. He's not really been in the game. I think he's got 1 goal, which I believe was a penalty. So he's not really... The reason why we're winning the league this season doesn't have anything to do with Aguero, if you can put it like that. So it's kind of.
I think it's because of the amount of options you've got in the midfield, the amount of attacking options you get in the midfield. You got different goals coming from everywhere, really.
Yeah. So I think like it's kind of because I'm gutted that he's leaving because of who he is, you know. But in terms of what he does for our squad right now, it does make sense for the club to get rid of him. It makes financial sense because he's on one of the highest wages because he is, you know, one of the biggest legends there, or the biggest legend left, actually. So because of that, he is a high-paid player. I think in Pep, the way Pep likes to play, he doesn't slot in too well in that at the moment and stuff like that. So it does make, from a club point of view, it does make sense. But obviously from a fan point of view, we're just gutted because it's just like for that guy to leave, like he's responsible for the best moment of my entire life. So like I love Aguero, and like he has actually been linked with, you know, Arsenal, like everyone in the Prem, Chelsea as well.
That would be a typical Arsenal move. That would. Oh, it's Sergio Aguero, and everyone goes mad. They said, if you notice, he's not played on the pitch for about how many games?
Yeah, do you know what though? Aguero is.
You think if he was fit, that Man City would not play him?
I think he is fit, but I think Pep doesn't fancy him in this sort of team at the moment. But I think Aguero is still a quality player, man. I would have kept him personally. But the only thing that I can think of is Man City have someone lined up that they're trying to accommodate wages for. And I don't know whether that means getting rid of Aguero, we can get someone else in who's a bigger signing.
Who would you want to get in?
My dream would be Haaland. It would be Haaland.
I think everyone's dreams Haaland. I think because I think I just read Raioola's insisting that Man City pursue it. Okay. So I don't know whether there's going to be any truth in that.
Yeah, there's so many stories coming out. Like with City, like they don't normally spend a lot of money on one player. They tend to kind of spend a lot of money, but it's kind of in 60 million max. 60 million and below. They don't go out there.
You don't want Danny Ings.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Danny Ings, I think any striker who is clinical comes into Man City and does well. Because our team, we don't need a striker. We've shown this season we don't need a striker. We've got Gabby, who's scored 7 goals this season. So I think if Danny Ings comes in, he scores more goals than Gabby. He does, you know, he does that. So it's one of the things where anyone that we get is not going to be a bad signing. My only thing is, it doesn't really make much sense to buy someone in the late 20s when a lot of our other players that we've bought have been in the early 20s. It doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from.
And even the thing is, even if they're saying, okay, Liam Delap, who's in our under-21s team, who is really clinical, really good, even if they're saying, okay, well, he can come in, it still doesn't make sense because you're not going to just have one striker. Because if Delap gets injured, you've got no striker there. So it really doesn't make sense to get rid of Aguero and bring someone else in who's at the end of their career. A player that I think Man City will get that I don't want is Harry Kane. I think Man City will go for Harry Kane, and I hope not, because I think he will cost the same as Haaland.
Ryan, do you want the link? I can send you the link if you want to come on. Sorry. Go on. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Aguero will go. I hope Aguero goes abroad. I don't want to see him scoring against Man City, which he definitely would. But if I had to pick a Premier League team for him to go to, I would pick Arsenal because I don't mind Arsenal, you know, in comparison to the other teams. So I wouldn't want him going Liverpool. I don't think they would buy him anyway. They've got Jota, who's young and very clinical. Doesn't really make sense for Aguero to go to Liverpool. Man United, I don't think he would lower his standards that much. And Chelsea, I think they want Haaland as well. So I can't imagine that they would go and sort of want Haaland but get Aguero. It doesn't really make too much sense for Chelsea. The only thing that Chelsea might be thinking is Werner might take a few years to kind of get to where he needs to be. So that,
hang on.
You know,
how old is Werner though?
He's like 20. How old is he?
25. 25.
Because what I don't get, he's 25, and you're banking on Haaland, who's 20.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't really make sense. Where would you see Aguero going though? That's just one question that was caught up in there.
I don't know. I thought that he might go where Messi is because he's always said he wants to play with Messi. But I don't know whether Barcelona would buy him. I really don't know. His son lives in Spain, I believe, so he might go to Spain. He's not going to go to Real Madrid, obviously, at this time anyway, but he was never going to go there anyway. Atletico Madrid, they don't need him, really. They spent so much on João Felix, and they've also got Suarez, so I don't think they would go and get Aguero. It doesn't make much sense. So I really don't know. I don't think he expected to leave Man City. By the sounds of it, he doesn't want to go. That's what it kind of sounds like. I think the club have made the decision.
Sounds to me like what we have with Bergkamp. I mean, he left on this final day in the background here of Arsenal that they stayed right to the end, and he had multiple offers back to 2004, and he still stayed on a 1-year contract. So for me, it's sort of like that sort of situation where he's that much in love with the club, he'd rather just see the rest of his career out here. Now, whether the club let him do that or not and just give him a year extension.
Well, they had a meeting. They had a meeting, not yesterday, the day before. They had a meeting and they basically said to him, well, he met with Pep, and then after the meeting, they thanked him for his time. So I don't know whether, apparently, this is what's been said. I don't know if it's true. Apparently, they've said that he's not going to be the number 9, if you know what I mean, at the club next season. They're bringing someone in. This person's going to be the number 9, and he can stay if he wants. And apparently, he made the decision to leave because of that. So apparently, that's what's happened, and then he's leaving. But I don't know. For me, if I was Aguero, I would just stay at Man City and, you know, try and break into the squad. But for him, he's still good enough to play football. And I don't know. Like, I'm gutted that he's leaving, to be honest. And, you know, I wouldn't want him to go to another Prem team, fall off a little bit, and then all his credit goes. You know, I wouldn't want him to do that. So, I don't know.
Rian's spreading the crush and the love here, right? He's spreading it. Is looking lovely today, as she usually does. So yeah, lots of love for you in the chat. Velvet Swan. What in terms in the summer would you like to see from Liverpool before we just go through the rest of the fixtures?
Oh, apologies, your mic just acted up a bit.
My mic?
Yeah, it's not working. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah? Is that...
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah, is that better? I'll turn it up a bit. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you see with what do you see with I'm trying to think now. God, what did I just say? This is the problem I have. Yeah, what would you expect? What would you want to see happen with Liverpool in the summer before before we get into the other fixtures in the game?
Well, reports saying that Liverpool are trying to get Konate from Leipzig as a centre back option because of we have too many injury-prone centre backs. So that tells me that Matip is going to leave this summer, and I think he should leave because he's unreliable. When we need him the most, he's not there to play at all. And I feel like we need a Genie replacement. For me, I want Houssem Aouar from Lyon because I feel like he will do what Genie does and probably better than him. Because he's like one of my favourite players. I loved him when I watched him in that Champions League against City. He was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? I might just go through some of the chat here. Could Aguero maybe go back to Atletico Madrid?
A report saying that Suarez might come back to Liverpool because he has a clause.
Would you take him back?
100%, I'll take him back. 100%. We need that type of striker back at Liverpool, the one that will finish every chances he will get. And we need someone that can like shithouse his way, like just give defenders problem. Like a Diego
I would.
Costa at
Yeah, I
Chelsea.
mean, obviously he's such a danger and he's such a threat. For me though, I would be looking at sort of more towards the future then, rather than like getting someone here and now.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, especially because you still got loads of young talent coming through that squad, and that squad's not exactly young. Let's put it that way. So I would be looking more towards the future rather than actually looking at what you've had in the past. Like it's one of those that the past is the past and you just got to leave it. And so for me,
We have some very good young players for the academy, like the Polish winger, 17 years old, Musolowski. He's being compared to like the likes of Messi. It's clearly see when I watch him, that's his like inspiration.
You can't say he's like that until you've
No,
seen
no, not
him
saying like Messi,
play
like
week in, week out, doing bits in the Premier League.
yeah, no, I'm not saying like he's gonna start like come for the team, but he's using this opportunity because of this international breaks, training with the first team. Like all the academy are training with the first team, so it's good to get experience with the first team training and that.
Yeah, before we open up, I will just say is that just quickly create this banner here. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, go to
Right.
Chris Welch's comment, the last one.
I can't. I'm just, thank you for. Right. Right. Yes, we have reached 800 subs. Right, we're now 801 subscribers. We're on the way to 900, and then we're on the way to 1K. 1K. Right, and then we're there. We're done. We can like get the money, this thing monetized, and get some donations going to the charity finally. Right, so it's just 199 subscribers away now. Right, so big up to everyone that's subscribed, everyone that's shown their love and support. Right, it means the world to us. And also thank you to Claude as well, because like I said before, weren't him, I wouldn't be here, like wouldn't be where we are now at this stage. So yeah. But yeah, I will open. You wanted me to go to a comment, mate. Which one's that?
Yeah, the Chris Welch's comment about the possible signings.
Possible sign is the Kanate, Ua, Neto, and Daka are my realistic signings.
Problem is, will
What'd you say?
FSG spend that lot to get all of those?
But then that's like with Arsenal. There are a few fans that I've noticed with Arsenal that are sitting there like, we're going to get 4 or 5 players in the summer, right? Then we'll be able to get what we need. But yeah, it's until then, it's just be patient, and then Arteta will get the tools he needs. And I'm like, hang on, we've still got to pay in the lump sum £120 million loan, right? And some people are discredited this, but it doesn't really affect us. But yeah, but if we do have to pay it back, Arsenal are not going to buy anyone, because then if you then got to spend in the transfer market, and Arsenal do have to spend, they have to spend a lot of money to sort that side out. 150 mil probably tops, right? And that's that's lower, right? But yeah, I'm sorry, there is no way in hell Arsenal are going to spend that sort of money in this era, in this period, in this summer window, right? They're just not, because they've never done it, especially when we've lost 50 million quid net profit, right? And also have to pay back a massive loan. Last time we had a massive loan like that, it was the stadium, and they never spent anything. So what makes you think you're going to do it now? It just doesn't make sense. Daka scoring goals for fun at Salzburg be a good replacement for Origi and will challenge Firmino.
Firmino might be good for
Big up,
55
Steve.
million.
We're gonna win.
You can't
No, we're not winning Europa League.
Bench them for Firmino. Come on now.
We're not winning Europa League. Right? Did you see West Ham? That says it in itself.
Oh, did you see what Gareth Bale did to that Slavia Prague player? That said that racist thing to Kamara.
Oh yeah. We talked about that on a previous stream. And we don't, like I said, we're racing. We don't condone it at all. And for me, Slavia Prague, they're fucking lucky they're still in the tournament. To be honest, they're very, 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 very lucky they're still in the tournament. Because if I was in charge, I'd kick them out. And if it meant that Tottenham had to come in, then we shouldn't. Quick Guna, you say an amazing comeback just shows the level of standards of your football club, right? Because back in the day, I even remember one interview from when we bought a draw against Bournemouth, and they wouldn't accept it. They wouldn't accept it that we were 3-0 down. We should have been in that situation. It's exactly the same. So if you think that's an amazing comeback, then that's your level. So I expect bigger and better things. So I can definitely see Neto going Liverpool just like they got Jota. Would you take Neto?
100%. He is such a good player. Like this season for Wolves, he's been amazing. For like one of the nominees for Young Player of the Year, because he's been carrying Wolves. Like when Jimenez got injured, he's the one who stepped up and started scoring the goals.
So like Chris, it's like I keep getting told that we're gonna win. We're gonna win the we're gonna win the title in 3 years, or we're gonna win the Champions League in 3 years with Arsenal fans. I get that with Arsenal fans. They need some of them people that say I actually believe that need a drugs test. Steve, I'm not getting ready for that tattoo because we ain't winning nothing, mate. We ain't winning nothing. Thoughts on Anti-Martial? Anti-Martial. What do you want to say, Jan, on Anti-Martial?
It's got the same amount of goals as John Stones. That says it all. He's a striker.
Anyone new, please subscribe and please do please do go and smash the like.
Really helps us out. Thanks.
Don't ask. A friend gave us that.
Ryan, is Martial better than Salah? That's my question.
He thinks so. The thing is, right, Ryan, is how can you... The thing is, a disrespected player is someone that's absolutely killing it and people are not respecting him. So someone like a David Silva, where he was killing it every season and people were kind of ruling him out of every conversation, best in the league, all this stuff, because people were saying he's not. That's disrespected. Martial is not being disrespected. Martial is being overrated by people like you, Ryan, who think he's world-class. A world-class player doesn't have the same amount of goals in March as a centre-back. Like, if we're being honest, a world-class player doesn't have a 3% conversion rate in Europe. That's not world-class. That is basic at best. If you want to say he's got the potential to be good, great. But having potential for 6 years and only performing for 1.5 years out of that means you're probably not as good as people think you are. So when Martial starts showing me that he's actually good for more than a season, then I will start respecting him. But you can't be disrespected when he's not doing anything on the pitch to be respected. So, and you can say Ollie Tax, but he's played under 3 different managers and he's been whacked under all 3 pretty much. And the best manager that the person that he was actually best under was Ollie, because it was last season when he was at his best. So, yeah, there's no excuse. You can keep saying he's a fantastic player all you want, but until he starts putting up them numbers to match it, he's not clear of anyone, especially not Salah, who is the complete opposite. Salah might not look the best on the eye test, but Salah puts up the numbers consistently. So, yeah.
Do you know what are you more believing in? Do you believe more in the eye test, or do you rather just go with someone who's got stats? Because I'd rather someone who's got the stats, because in the end, the better the stats, the more chances you're winning games and winning trophies, in my opinion. So rather than just looking at someone, oh, look, he looks good on the ball. Well, loads of people do. But unfortunately, if they don't score goals or score assists or anything like that, we don't win anything. So, yeah. I did not promise a tattoo. I agreed to one. But I'll tell you what, it ain't going to happen. I mean, a quick question to Quick Gooner. Are we still winning the Champions League in 3 years the way we're playing? Feel like one of them. Because if you say yes, I have a perfect analogy for you, and I used it last week, and Jesus Christ, it ended up actually someone making a fake account and actually making a fake account of that person. And then messaging in my chat on Saturday. Yeah, we are holding Stephen accountable for that too. The video is online. Yeah, okay.
Or is it something about if you win the Champions League, you'll get a tattoo or something?
If we win Europa League, I'm getting a tattoo. Apparently, I said agreed. I didn't promise.
This is what Ryan said. He said if Liverpool win the Champions League, he'll get a Salah tattoo.
What did Gareth Bale do? What do you mean did Gareth Bale do?
Oh, he elbowed the Slavia Prague player.
Oh, ouch. Does anyone talk up Martial?
There's a whole Martial FC, literally.
Yeah. Salah has good stats this season with 7.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You can't just call our defense rubbish and just say Salah's rubbish. What's going on?
Oh, you had to say it, didn't you? Oh, I'm going to have to say the analogy that Velvish one. If you haven't heard my analogy, mate, and Yan City, you probably haven't heard it as well. This is what ended up at the person that actually I used. They ended up making a fake account and usually literally messaging in the chat. And I took the piss out of it and put it as a tweet and said, if only this was real. But I have more chance, right? Arsenal are not going to win the Champions League in 3 years. I have more chance, and I am saying this because I do support and I do like her music and I do like her voice, right? Not just because of the looks, right? There's more chance of Ariana Grande coming on this channel than Arsenal winning the Champions League in 3 fucking years, right? Facts, right? Hey, I'm sorry, I'm spot on. I'm spot on with that one. But
Not gonna lie, Quick Gun, I would have been with you, but after I saw Aubameyang's haircut, I'm like, nah, I'm not supporting this.
The thing is, even if Arsenal got bought out by some super rich guy that bought all the best players, it would still take a little bit longer.
It's still taking 5 years to sort this crap out.
Yeah, it would take a while.
This club has been left in a mess, and this guy and some of these people don't see it. They can't see it. Are you blind? Honestly, so you can't see how screwed this club is. Look at Man City and the way they run. Then look at us. The way we're going, and it's happened with Notts Forest. It happens with Leeds, right? Total mismanagement for years and years and years. Eventually, relegation. It don't. No club is big enough to go down.
Yeah.
No club is too big to go down. If you start getting mismanaged poorly, within 20 years, you'll be relegated.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And that's where we're going because we're getting worse. The players are worse. The tactics are worse. The manager is worse. The board is worse. And the owners is worse. Newcastle used to be one of the best sides that at one point were challenging Man United for a title. Now look at them. They look like dumb to relegation and just about getting... Oh, don't start me with your crossing. Right? Honestly, please. Right? I'm sorry. Bellerin is having a good year. Bellerin is not good on the ball, right? He's not good on the ball. I was about to say on a grande again, but I might get actually screwed for that. I'm sorry. How can you say this is the level you're at? How can you say Bellerin's having a good year? How can you say that better defensive structure? Did you see that did you see our last result? Did you see the first 20 minutes? Or did you just switch it on when we started scoring goals? And then Arteta's just sitting there like standing there like that. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. Oh yeah, let's bring Martinelli on who actually can do something in the last 10 minutes. Good one. He's got a Martinelli agenda, and if he's got a Martinelli agenda, bye, Mr. Already, get rid of this manager or get rid of Martinelli. Either one.
Oh, apparently the England lineup is.
I'd rather him get rid of the manager though.
Do you know what's winding me up? Every single international game, Man City players are starting. It is winding me up. Look at that. Walker, Stones, Foden, Sterling.
Yeah.
If we get injuries, I know we have a good squad, but we can't be having Foden.
Oh, come on. Yeah, hang on. You can't moan about injuries. Come on.
No.
Come on.
If we get an injury to Foden or one of our key players like John Stones, we're in trouble, because the thing is Laporte and Diaz can play at the back. The problem we got is they can't play these big games back to back to back to back. They're gonna be tired. We need to rotate. That's why City have been so successful this season, because we're rotating. So there's certain players, if Sterling gets injured, I think we're fine. If Bernardo Silva gets injured, I think we're fine. But when it's certain players like John Stones, who's been our key player, I don't think you can do it, man. John Stones starts the game, Brian. He's been our best player this season. That's a fact. That's not.
Man, like Curtis Jones, man.
If you lose you lose one like Stones or even even Stones, you just said there Stones in the club as a main player. Yeah, you'll be screwed.
Trust me. Look at the stats this season. He's been better than Diaz, even statistic wise.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's better than Diaz because Diaz is Diaz.
It might be okay, but it's not ideal. Not ideal at all.
We've got 4 competitions. People are saying Liverpool can only challenge in 1 because they've only got 1 team, but they think if Man City get 5 injuries, they can compete in 4. Come on now. Like, seriously, the reason why we've got such a big squad is so we can cope in 4 competitions. But tiring out these players on international break is not what we need for some random game. England are already through. They need to just play the kids, man. Like, not the kids, because they've got their own competition, but like play the people that don't need to start every week. Yeah, Ryan. What if Laporte gets injured? What if Laporte gets injured? Then what do? We play.
Yeah, but the thing is what I would say is with England, right? This is what winds me up. Is like say for the goalkeeper situation, right? Why don't you play Sam Johnson and San Marino? Got nothing to do. Why don't you then play Henderson for the Albania game? And why don't you play Pope?
Yeah.
You've got a squad there to use to rotate over 3 games, right? You didn't have to play all the likes of even Foden, all the Man City players for San Marino, right? But then again, you only won 5-0, so maybe you did, right?
Well, Southgate played a defensive, a double pivot against San Marino.
That is a myth, by the way, Colonel Ward. We've got the 3rd highest wage bill in the country. 3rd. Man United's is higher than ours, and I think Chelsea's is higher than ours. I think it's 2.
Are ours higher than yours?
I don't know. What? I don't know. We're definitely not the 1st or 2nd. But the thing is, like,
big up. Talk Man U. You're supposed to be on it, man.
Big up. Yeah, I think like the thing is, it's not. I'm not saying like 1 injury is going to derail Man City. I'm just saying there's certain reasons why we have struggled in the Champions League. And as much as I love Laporte has had some of his worst performances in a Man City shirt in Europe. He has. Like, Tottenham game, awful. Lyon, awful. He's had some absolute worst games ever in Europe. So I wouldn't trust Laporte in Europe against your Bayern Munichs and your Dortmunds and PSGs and whoever else. I wouldn't trust him. So as much as he's a great player, I would start Diaz and Stones. It has to be Diaz and Stones. It has to be. We kept 7 clean sheets in a row with them players. It needs to stay that way. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know what? And as much as I sit here now, and like if we're just going back to say for Arsenal situation again, right? If we could get battered by Liverpool on the weekend, right? Especially if we're playing at the Emirates, we're not playing at Anfield. But
thank God for that.
Yeah. But we could get battered by them, and they'll just go, "Oh well, yeah, well it's expected against Liverpool." That'll be a majority of the Arteta in fans will be like, "Well, it's acceptable." What, to get battered? Oh, thanks. Huh. Once upon a time, we used to beat you lot. We used to beat you home and away for fun. And now we can't. And now we're just accepting getting battered by you. Like, it's the same with Man City as well, right? I used to go out watching us going there and having fun.
Always.
Right?
Always.
Or usually sit there and they said, we'll be up 1-0 up by 10 minutes. And now we're accepting like, oh, we only let in 1 goal. Well, so that's still losing the game.
Yeah, I think Arsenal by that point.
There's no fight.
Arsenal used to get standing ovations at Man City when they had that Henry Vieira and all that.
Ryan, I think that's your first appearance on the channel, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Cheers for having me, bro.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on, as always.
Who said I was going to talk about Martial? We already did that earlier on. I'm not. We basically do it every day, to be honest.
Do you know what? I wouldn't need an agenda if people weren't making out like he's the best striker in the Premier League when he's really not.
If he was under Klopp or Pep, he would be one of them.
I don't think so.
If he was under Klopp or Pep, he'd definitely be one of the best.
If he was under Klopp or Pep, he'd be on the bench because they're not going to go on.
Ahead of Firmino? He'd be ahead of Firmino. And Salah.
What do you want to say about the Arsenal game coming up, Ryan, since football's the Premier League's back?
I'm actually I'm confident. I've already said I'm confident, but not confident at the same time. I'm confident because we're actually good away from home at the moment. We're actually doing all right away from home, if I'm being honest. The problem's at Anfield where we just can't even draw a game.
I know, that's why I was praying it was Anfield.
Nah, we already beat you at Anfield earlier in the season.
Yeah.
I've got 2 reasons why I'm not confident. First, because we don't really win at the Emirates a lot, to be honest. Like, it's normally a draw when I think about it. And also because Jan City said Liverpool are going to win, and as I always say, whenever Jan City says Liverpool are going to win a game, we always lose in it. So that's why I'm not. That literally always happens.
Yeah, but this is an Arsenal. It could be a special exception.
I already said I'm getting a Salah tattoo if that happens.
Hey, you've already heard my prediction about us winning it in 3 years, apparently, from what Arteta has said. So there you go. You can make your own mind up on that one. Look, the man's got to have a dream, you know, but it's not going to happen, right?
Yeah, I doubt Arteta will be there in 3 years when I think about it, to be honest.
I hope not.
Yeah, you want him out proper, don't you?
Look at West Ham. It's a clear example.
It was a good comeback. That was a great game to watch, I'll be honest. That was one of the best games this season.
Yeah, I just feel that half of that was probably maybe West Ham got too comfortable, and also they didn't take their chances. They had real chances just to bury the game when it was 3-2.
Yeah,
3-1.
Yeah, Antonio.
They still had chances to bury it.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the thing, because yes, it's a great comeback, but did Arteta actually change anything to make it so? Not really.
Yeah, good point. But I still think you played well after you went 3-0 down.
But this is the thing. Everyone will big up Arteta for doing a comeback, but they won't big up the players for doing it, because most of it, to be honest, was the players. Right?
Yeah.
because it was they scored a goal before half time.
Yeah.
So they must have woke up eventually by themselves. So chill for PSG.
Oh yeah,
City.
PSG are knocking out Bayern now with Lewandowski injured.
Yeah.
Lewandowski won't be back for that game, innit?
No, he's missing both. He's out for this
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's injured his knee.
If PSG don't get through after that,
We need to play games for the rest of the season away from Anfield.
Yes.
That's fine.
Liverpool, no doubt about it. Yeah, Arsenal too.
I think it'll be a draw, I'll be honest. I think it'll be a draw.
I'm glad you're confident.
Let's hope if Alisson doesn't have a stinker in that match.
Well, we got some of the rest of the fixtures coming up. Chelsea, West Brom. That should be Chelsea all over, to be honest. I'll be surprised if they don't get anything out of that one. Who else? Fulham, Aston Villa could be a good one.
Yeah, that's a good game, to be fair. I
might be doing a watch along to that if someone doesn't get back to me about Newcastle. Right. I said I could do a watch along if they want me to, but yeah, if not, we'll be covering that game. And that looks like a good game to watch, honestly. And then we've got Everton, Crystal Palace. West Ham, Wolves is a good game on Monday.
Yeah, that's good.
That's going to be a good game. Because if we look at the table, actually, no, Wolves, I thought they were higher up there. I always think Wolves are in the top 10.
Wolves are crap this season. Yeah, Wolves are rubbish.
Yeah,
they missed Jimenez a lot.
Yeah,
I know Milan's going to mention here.
I do think it's because they've missed Jimenez, to be honest.
Fabio Silva and William Jose, they're not good enough.
Yeah. Who else did I say in that? Everton, Crystal Palace could be a decent game as well. Because they're separated by 9 points.
Yeah, and Palace are good away from home as well. Well, they're all right. They're better away than at home, I think. So.
I think they're better grinding out results, if that's.
And Everton's home form has been very bad as well, like ours. So yeah, they might struggle.
Yeah, so it's all wide open. Also get some of the transfer rumours out the way as well. Just try and get some more transfer news. It's all about Haaland at the minute, isn't it?
I think he'll go City.
Do you know what? Like, there's so many rumours going around. 1 minute it's Danny Ings,
you know what?
then Haaland, then it's Grealish and Haaland. It's like, come on now, Man City are not going to buy it.
I love the best one is about that because no one's going to prepare to pay what? I think it was about 100 million for Grealish or something, whatever. I don't know how much it is. Right, but everyone, like apparently because no one's going to go and buy him, right? Arsenal may have a chance in a year's time to buy him for cheaper. I'm like, I don't really want to put up another year with my midfield, thank you. It's bad enough as it is. Right, the reason we're in this mess is because of this midfield. Right, that's one of the reasons. So, do you really want to put up for another year? No, thanks.
What do you think of Stephen? What do you think of Partey so far? I know he's been injured, but when he's played,
yeah, he's been injured. He's been injured a lot, and when he has played, he's never actually been fully fit.
Yeah,
right. Because unfortunately, Arteta's got an idea of trying to rush people back. Well, his favourites back. That is, when it comes to Martinelli, he's fully fit and never bloody plays him. I don't know why. If he's going to do it, and it's literally on my last watch along, I was literally screaming at the telly, just like, if you're going to do it, like, let him go. Just let him go, because you're destroying his career.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to give him the game time, just say to him, "I'm not going to. You're not part of my plans," and let him go. I don't want that to happen. I'd rather the manager go. But if that's the case, then do it, because then at least if it all falls apart and we needed Martinelli, right? Then everyone can't take that. No one can then cannot excuse Arteta for that at all.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like it's not so much that you're destroying the club by not getting on the players you need to win the game. It's more you're destroying a young player's career, which really gets us, and you're wrecking his future. So, But when it comes to Partey, is that he is great, even though and you can tell by how bad our midfield is. He's half fit most of the time he's playing because he's been rushed back so often, and yet he's still outperforming Xhaka, El Neni, Ceballos, which just shows the level of midfielders we've got compared to Partey. So now we need someone like I think Bargav's just mentioned it there, Basuma. Odegaard's not going to re-sign. They've already made that clear they're not going to re-sign him. They wanted a simple loan. So that's out the window. And I don't even think Odegaard will stay if we're not even in Europa League football.
You can take Van Alden if you want. He's out.
No, you're right, Olive. I know Arsenal will be that stupid because it's like someone else's probably leftovers, right? And we're used to getting leftovers. But I'd rather not, right, to be honest. That's the thing. There's a lot of people defend. I swear, there's a few Liverpool fans defend him, Wijnaldum, and there's a few that don't.
I want him gone so bad. I don't really.
Oh, I defend him.
Why do you defend him, Velvet One?
No, he's one of my favourite players. That's why I like him.
Okay. So for Arsenal, Basuma, Odegaard, Man City, Andre Silva. Would you take Andre Silva? Man City?
I don't really know too much about them, to be honest. Like I don't really watch a lot of international football. I don't watch other leagues really, so I don't really know too much. But I know City like their Portuguese players at the moment, or Portuguese speaking. So who knows? Maybe. That being said, I hope Man City, because the thing is with Man City is we don't buy, like people Man City spend, we don't buy the big names. Like the biggest names that we've bought is like Raheem Sterling when he was quite young, and we bought De Bruyne, who at that time a lot of people were saying he was a Chelsea flop. So can he do it in the Prem sort of thing? Aguero is the other one. So we haven't done it but he was on his way out of Barcelona, so he wasn't at his peak. So yeah, we haven't bought sort of the big names. We did in the beginning. We tried to get the big names in. Obviously, it was harder, but yeah, we've not really been doing that. So like even last season, I thought we'll go for Koulibaly, and we ended up with Ruben Diaz, who obviously is the better option looking at it, but at the time we didn't know. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Man City did get someone like an Andre Silva or a Lautaro Martinez. That wouldn't surprise me. That being said, I want City to just go all out for Haaland, because Haaland, not only is he a generational talent, not only is he only 20 years old with the ridiculous record that he's got, but I think for him, because he's got links to Man City as well, it just makes sense. Like for me, I can't see how Man City, the only time I don't want us to get Haaland is if we go into a bidding war and someone offers ridiculous money and we say, you know what, we ain't going to buy him. But I don't want to see Man City just not go in for him or put sort of 100 mil down. They say no and then they just walk. I don't want to see that. I want to see City fight for the best player, because if he goes to Chelsea, Premier League title's theirs. So you basically
Problem is that I find, and I can see where the Aguero rumours from Arsenal coming in, because apparently they're trying to decide Lacazette's future. So if they can get Aguero on a free, apparently they can out Lacazette out the door. And I'm like, well, here's the difference, and why I say at the minute Aguero's better than Lacazette, because Lacazette gets on the goddamn pitch. He's not on the injury table.
Yeah.
So that's like, and surely that's got to be screaming out at you. There's a reason why Aguero's not on the. That's why there's a reason Aguero's not scoring goals or getting assists. It's because he's not on the pitch. If he was on the pitch, he'd be doing it. He'd be doing bits as usual.
Yeah.
So obviously, what makes you think that then, like, getting him in is going to be a great alternative to Lacazette? Especially if you've got young talent coming through. This is where people say, oh, but it's like that quick Gunnar was just in earlier. Believe in Arteta, believe in the process. If you're buying someone's leftovers, as much as Aguero is great talent and one of the GOATs of the Premier League, right? So if you're buying him when he's 34, 35, that's no process. That's just no process. That's no thought. There's no nothing. It's just, that is literally here and now or bust. Because you're trying to bring in players that are really young as part of this process, but then you're getting players in that are just going to literally be there for like 1, 2 years. That's it. And that's not part of it. That's not part of a process of getting back to the top at all. Because by the time you get to any decent level, Aguero is going to be gone out the door. And then you're back to the same situation again.
Looks like the England under-21s are getting knocked out.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're getting knocked out.
You know what?
They were...
You know what needs to happen for City to sign? But what will happen? What needs to happen to guarantee Haaland going to City is if he knocks them out of the Champions League. It won't happen because I think City will pam Dortmund over two. I think City will pam Dortmund over 2 legs, to be honest.
You
but
know
if
what it
Haaland
is,
just knocks them out,
Yeah.
Do you
know what? I agree. If Haaland has a masterclass against us, our owners will go all out for him, pay what they want. They will do that if he knocks us out. If he doesn't knock us out, but he plays really well and scores goals, I think there's still a chance. It would only be if he doesn't turn up. If he doesn't turn up in either leg, I think the club, I'm not saying the club wouldn't go for him because he's still Haaland, but I think the club might be like, maybe we can get someone cheaper who, you know, like a Andre Silva or something like that. Maybe they'll go for him or Martinez or whatever. I don't know. But I know when we got out to Monaco, they went all for Bernardo Silva. Yeah, and that first game at the SCL was the best game that I've seen live in terms of entertainment. It was amazing. It was just it's just the best game. Like, it's not the best game in terms of results because obviously we did win 5-3. But Aguero, obviously against QPR, is the best game, like in terms of me being in the stadium. But yeah, that Monaco game was just end to end, beautiful football. Some of the best players at the time on the pitch. It's great. So yeah, I think if Haaland has a game like that, like Mbappe did, yeah.
Apparently, according to if we're going to also about transfer news again, Kane's future is decided at Spurs after the Euros. Roy keeps saying he has to leave, and I agree. If he wants to win anything, he's got to leave, and that's the truth of it. And obviously, there's a race for the best strikers at the minute, and papers are saying Spurs in for Ramsey, Aaron Ramsey. Well, that would be a shock. Well, that would be interesting if he did that. And Alaba wants to move from Barcelona to Real Madrid out of Bayern Munich. I don't get why. And same as Bale has already said, I plan to return to Real Madrid anyway.
Do you know what? Talk MU said we need to factor in what's the best options for Haaland's progress. The thing is with Haaland is Man City currently have no striker. We have Gabby, who is clearly not a striker. So he walks into Man City's team. He plays every single week unless Pep wants to go with some mad formation. But you know what Pep's like? Pep will turn him into what he wants, you know, in that game. And the thing is, people talk about us not playing with a striker. We started not playing with a striker because we had no strikers fit. Gabby was out and Aguero was out, so we had no choice other than to use a false 9. We did it with De Bruyne against Chelsea. It worked really well. We turned our season around. And basically, that's why Man City don't play with a striker anymore, because we play better without playing like that. That being said, if you buy a Haaland, you play Haaland. The same way when we had Aguero fit, we played Aguero. Man City aren't going to have a player like Haaland on the bench and say, oh, no, we're not going to play it. It's not going to happen. And the thing is, Haaland can come to Man City, and if he wants to, he can win absolutely everything, because Man City challenge for all 4 trophies every season. If he wants to, as the striker, he can make that happen. So, but in terms of if I'm a player who I want to go to for my progress, I would go to Man City, because if you look at any other team in the league, they have a striker who You know, even Chelsea, they've got, like you say, Werner 25. They've got Werner. So unless they're going to get rid of Werner, unless Liverpool are going to sell Jota, you know, these sorts of teams, they have other options. We don't have that because Gabby, me, is better on the left wing. And I think that's where he will ultimately end up playing because he's not going to play as a striker.
Yeah, but Joe's, I mean,
but hang on, but I also think you also got the talent in your squad to be able to switch from like a false nine to playing an out-and-out striker. Yeah. You've got that already in your squad, so that's also another advantage. Is that? But yeah, Ryan, you were going to say.
Yeah, but Gabby, even if he does go convert to a left winger, he's not going to get in ahead of like Foden, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, even Ferran Torres. Like they're all better than him there. So like, would you say if you brought Haaland that Gabby should leave? Because he's just always going to be a backup.
I think you know what it is with Gabby is Gabby, he's
and I'm asking this serious because I know me and Flawless.
Whoever we get, we're not going to go and buy Harry Kane and put Harry Kane on the bench either. So whether it's Kane, Haaland, we're not going to do that. The only person we would get that we might put on the bench would be someone younger than Gabby, who is a young guy who isn't as talented as like a Haaland. That's the only way we would do it. So I think whoever comes in, we do play a lot of games and there is rotation. I mean, people were laughing at Foden when he signed his contract. He ain't going to play. Foden plays. You know, so I think it's always going to be like that. Most Premier League clubs have two strikers. Man City have half. And I say half because Gabby is not a striker. So we have half. Most people have two already. So if they're going to bring someone in, I do think Gabby will leave eventually because I don't think he's quite suited to the way Man City play in some ways. I mean, in terms of a striker. In terms of a team player, he works well in our squad. That's why when he is out on the left, you do see a better player. But yeah, he probably won't start over Sterling or someone like that. But Sterling plays every single game. He literally starts every game. The only games that he's not started this season is when Pep actually decided to drop him about 9 months into the Premier League season. Like before that, he was starting pretty much every game. So he will play. I don't think Gabby is as bothered about being on the bench as certain other players will be. I don't think he's one of them. I don't think even Haaland, if he came in, say, for example, I don't think he cares if he doesn't play 55 games a season or something like that. I don't think he really cares. I think he would happily play 30, 38, 40 maybe. I think he'd happily do that. So there'll always be the cup competitions where you give Haaland a rest and play maybe Gabby against, I don't know, Sheffield Wednesday or something like that. And I think it'll always be like that. So I don't know. I think City won't buy Haaland. I want them to, but I think we won't. And I just don't know. We'll have to see who we get in because with Man City, it could be bloody anyone. As long as it's not Harry Kane, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to...
What about Martial?
Oh, God. Harry Kane.
Do you want me to pick up some...
Martial and Pep?
Right. No, Martial and Pep's on the bench.
Oh, just Martial and Pep is on all Klopp is just right.
One thing I'm doing is doing like sort of predictions, like sort of key games, and then I don't know, like like what they do on like the Bias Premier League show, where you guess sort of like predictions, and if you win, like you do it's not so much a forfeit, I'd say, is that because this is a charity stream and charity channel. I'd say a $5 goes to the charity, something like that. Like whoever loses out of the four of us. Don't know if you're up for that.
I'll be up for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
cool. All right. Then we'll go for it. So the key games I'm going to pick are obviously Leicester, Man City. I'm going to pick Arsenal, Liverpool, and I'm going to pick Aston Villa versus Fulham. So we'll start with Talk Man U. You're involved in this as well, mate.
Make that 5. I was going to say make that 5, mate, because I want to have my predictions, please.
Okay. Okay.
Hello,
right.
Jan.
So
How you doing,
just
Jan? Ryan? You all right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Right. Good. So we're gonna make this between the five of us.
You know what, can I just interrupt you before you start? Because the thing is, I'm not saying that I don't think Kane would be good. If Kane comes into Man City, he's going to score shitloads of goals. He's going to win the league. He's going to do all the stuff. I know that. But you could insert name there and they'll do the same thing. For me, the one thing that I have against Harry Kane is that, for me, when it comes to the big chances for him to prove himself on the top level, so far he hasn't done it. Spurs were in a two-legged title race. They finished third. He went to Europe. He didn't score any of the goals to put him through to the final. He didn't score in the final. So these sorts of times when I'm expecting... The problem with Man City at the moment is we haven't got to the Champions League final and won it. We haven't done that. I want a player like a Haaland who goes in the Champions League and kills every team that he comes up against. I'm not saying that he's going to go and win us the Champions League because I think it will take more than just Haaland. But for me, he hasn't done it at the top level yet. And with Kane, he is 28 years old. He will be 28 years old when he does it. So, yes, Harry Kane could come in. Yes, he would win titles, but so would Danny Ings. And I still don't want Danny Ings. So it's one of them things. I just think there's better options. He's 20. He's going to be 28. He's injury prone. We just got rid of a 33-year-old player that's injury prone for being injury prone. So, yeah, I just think Harry Kane is going to cost more than Haaland. And realistically, why would you take a 28-year-old over a 20-year-old for the same price? Like, to me, it makes no sense. But
I see you might get a longer deal out of Kane though, than rather than Haaland, because Haaland seems like he's wanting to do, like, you know, a couple of seasons there, a couple of seasons there, you know, like a bit of a merry-go-round, jumping off and on the bus and that. So with Kane, you probably get a longer sort of contract out of him. But
yeah, but I just don't think like we're gonna have to pay about 150 to 200 mil for Kane, realistically, because Spurs ain't gonna sell, and he's English, so he's gonna cost a lot of money. Imagine he does come to Man City and he gets injured, then what? We spent 150 million on someone that can't play in our team. And I know Haaland could get injured as well. But the thing is with Haaland, you buy the 20-year-old player. If he gets injured, you can resell him for money. Harry Kane retires at Man City. That's it. 50 million. What he does. And that the rest of the money just goes in the bin. That's the thing. So it's one of them things. I get what people are saying. Yes, Harry Kane. Would I take him? Yes. But would I take... I don't know. Man City are winning the league without a striker. For me, I don't think Harry Kane for over 150 million makes that much sense to me. We're looking at Haaland for 150 million or 180 million. He's going to cost the same as Haaland, if not more. So, yeah, if you want to take him, feel free. But me personally, I'm not a massive fan of Kane. That fouling that he does, he ain't getting away with that at Man City. Man City, trust me, he will be getting red carded left, right, and centre for that shit.
Yeah.
So he ain't doing that.
Gonna go.
That gets on my nerves. Yeah, that gets on my nerves. It really does.
But I think I've backed City to go on this season actually and actually see it through this season and actually get to the end.
There's so many people coming in now.
Just because of the way Pepper's like. The way he's sort of changed up what he's doing with the team, the way the team have adapted to it. I think lessons have been learned from the past seasons, and I just reckon that Pep is like in a place now with the team, the squad, in a mental state of you know what, we can do this. It's like it's not a case of, you know, oh, can we or can't we? No, I think they believe that they can actually do it now. Maybe before previous seasons there may have been question marks about, you know, can we do it if we do this? Can we do it if we do that formation, this formation, and all that? But I think now, this season, they're going to be bringing it onto the wrong side of Manchester, though, unfortunately, for me.
I think they'll do the quadruple.
I won't be celebrating for you.
You know what it is? Like, this is the thing, like, things like this, everyone always talks about, oh, Man City, they can't do it on the big stage. Like, to me, buying someone who's also, like Harry Kane, right? The thing is, Harry Kane had 1 goal to score against Dynamo Zagreb, right? This is a team that Gabby scored a brace against this season, right? And he's not the best striker. right? He scored a brace. Harry Kane needed 1 goal in 90 minutes. And we can argue the extra time as well. And he didn't score in that game. So what makes you think he's going to come to Man City and score in a Champions League final for us? What has he done in his career that tells you that he's going to do that? And the thing is, I know I'm jinxing us, and he's probably going to score against us in the Carabao Cup final. I know that. It's nailed on right now. But the thing is, he hasn't done it before. So he's been to finals. He had his chance against Chelsea in 2015.
Dan, I've already answered this question. Sorry.
Didn't do it.
Sorry, Dan. I've already said to you when Lacazette does it, he pisses me off as well. Trust me, I've already said that. And when I do spot it, I gets on my nerves.
No doubt about it. Haaland's going to City. You know it. I know it. We all know it. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to happen. It fits. It's a perfect fit. It's handing.
It was going to this prediction thing. Hang on. Well, hang on. Rion's gone now. The predictions were going to be between me, Talkman, you, Velshwan, and Yan City and Rian before everything. Before Talkman, you decided to do what he does best, keep talking.
Clues in the name.
I don't know where Rian's got. Rian's got to. But do you know what? I'll tell you what. In that case, then. We've got pen and paper. Oh yeah, I've got pen and paper. Right. We're gonna do this. Don't worry about it. All right. Okay. Predictions for this game. Predictions.
Come on then. Sell it.
So it's Leicester. So Leicester versus Man City. So I'm going to start with. Yan, since she's the. I'm not going to get Charlie. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to take part in this because technically it's like a form of gambling, really. So. And you're only 14, so sorry, mate.
Sorry,
you could give your prediction in, but you can't we can't get you to do a forfeit or anything. So which is to pay a £5 as a charity.
So let's forfeit. All right, yeah, that's all right. That's cool.
All right.
I was going to say something like really bad then.
No.
Eating sprouts or something, because if I go anywhere near a sprout,
yeah.
I agree with that. I do.
Yeah, we'll get to the comments back in a minute. So Yan City, what are you going for with Leicester versus Man City?
I think Leicester 1, Man City 3. That's what I'm gonna get. So
you get 1 point for a win. So you get 1 point for getting the outcome. The scoreline, you get 3 points, and the win, if you get the win right, then it's 1 point. Okay, and that makes sense. Velshwan, who are you going for?
2-0 Man City.
2-0 Man City. I don't know who you are. Right, then I'm gonna go for Rian. How do you spell it? How do you say the name? I really don't want to get it wrong. That's the problem.
Ryan.
Ryan.
I'll go 1-0. I'll go 1-0.
1-0. Could someone turn that down if that's someone in the background, please? So 1-0, and that's Ryan. Right. Gonna go for Talkman. Who are you going for?
Man City are going to win. They're probably going to win about 3-0 because I can't see Leicester getting through the back of them. Simple. They mess about too much. Dilly-dally. City don't do that. Sorry, shut up.
Yeah.
I just give a prediction without some kind of why.
Say who you're going for. If you want to take part.
How you doing? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Where you going to go for, mate? In terms of Liverpool, in terms of Leicester, Man City, what's your prediction?
I think there's a bit of a delay on this.
I'm gonna go for a draw, 2-2.
2-2. Right.
I don't see a draw in I don't see a draw in this game.
All right. Lanzi.
3-1 City.
You're going the same as
Jan.
Okay. That's Lanzi. Daniel.
Charlie.
I'm going 2-1 Man City.
2-1 Man City. I'm going to go for Daniel Wilkinson. I'm going to go for 2-0 Man City. No, 3-2 Man City.
You can't chop and change, mate. You said 2-0.
I'm
2-0 to 3-2.
My channel, my rules.
I'll let him.
Shush. Go on then. Let you off this one. But Charlie, when you can't change your mind, mate. Stop chopping and changing.
Don't affect him anyway, but yeah, I know what you mean. Whatever you're doing.
You're going for Bitcoin on
Charlie, I'll get. What do you want to go for, mate?
2-0, sir.
Right. By the way, guys, he's not taking part in the money part, right? But he's putting his prediction in. Right. So, so Arsenal versus Liverpool, and I'm gonna go for Ryan. What are you saying, mate?
I'll go 1-0.
1-1. Oh, not confident.
Ryan, I've got more confidence in your team than you, mate. How's that?
I don't know. I just think it's.
He's been drained. He's been drained.
Yeah. But it's only one season. I mean, all joking aside, it's like, it's one season out of 3 absolutely fantastic
15 minutes,
Side.
I know.
They're going to be like, I just don't think there's.
Talk, Manio. I love you to talk.
I know, but I know. But I think Liverpool, they've got the bit between their teeth again, mate, and they're going to. Well, I'll give you my prediction in a minute. Go on.
Okay. Well, actually, no, you're talking. So go on, give me the prediction then.
Well, Liverpool. It's got to be Liverpool are going to win this game all day long. So I'm going like 3-0 Liverpool. I can't see any other result. To be fair, I think they're just the last results that they had. The fact that the reigning champions, the fact the 3 seasons that they've just had, the performances that you've seen, you don't lose that overnight. I don't care what anybody says. You just don't lose that overnight.
Quick Guna, these are realistic predictions. These are realistic predictions, right? Simple as that. So yeah, 3-0. Man, you right? We're not. I'm gonna go for Velvishwan.
1-0 Liverpool.
1-0 Liverpool. Oh, that's. Sorry, I forgot to put Liverpool win next to talk menu. So yeah, Liverpool and it's Daniel.
I'm going to shock you. 2-1 Arsenal.
Jesus Christ. You got confidence.
No, I don't like rooting for Liverpool, to be honest, or Arsenal, but
I mean, if Arsenal keep hold of the ball like it's made of gold, right, and then forget it. You've got to learn how to let go of the ball and pass it quickly. Make a decision. Because Liverpool are going to be in like like you won't believe, mate. And they're going to get that ball back.
Games with
That
you.
defense, that's what I think the defense is still
with you and the channel. All the best. Thank you very much. If anyone is new and they haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. We're now on our way to 900 now, not 800. So got past that landmark today. So yeah, go and do that now. Lanzi, what you saying, mate?
2-2.
2-2, and that's. Is that to make your 3-3 sound impressive?
No.
So we've got Ryan, top menu, Daniel, Velshwan. I think I've asked everyone. Jan City, haven't I? I haven't asked you, have you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jan,
you're
you're
on
on mute.
You're on mute.
Sorry. 2-1 Liverpool, I think.
There's the other one. 2-1 Liverpool.
That's why we won't win. That's why I'm not confident. That's why I'm not confident. Yancey's predicted a Liverpool win. I know we're going to change my prediction now, innit? 1-0 Arsenal.
No. Whoa.
Hey, you get to change your choice, so you can change once.
Yeah, Daniel, mine was literally immediate. This is halfway down the line.
Right.
Right, say what are you going for, mate?
Delay.
Yo, Said.
You hear me?
Just about.
Very low, mate.
I think there's some issues with my.
There's a lot of people saying it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go for 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah, I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
Got him.
I've got to at least try and back my team.
Even I did, and I don't like Arsenal.
Stephen. Then we move in. If say it comes back, we can get him in and get him a prediction. Then last prediction is, what was it? Aston Villa, Fulham, wasn't it? Was going to predict Aston Villa versus Fulham.
Is it in all games or certain games?
Nah, just certain games. Just 3 games.
You're not going to do Chelsea best both?
Because like it would take for ages to count up. So yeah, I'm going to go with Talk Menu first.
I'll have a couple of enchiladas if there's any going spare.
I'll have some.
Who said that? Who said that? Come on, don't say that. Sorry, which game is it, Stephen? Sorry.
Aston Villa versus
That scared the crap out of me, I'm not going to lie.
Villa Fulham. You know what? I think I'm going to go for Fulham on this one. I am. I'm going to go Fulham. 2-1 Fulham on that one.
2-0.
No, 2-1.
2-1.
2-1 Fulham, yeah.
Fulham. And that's Talk Menu. Then I'm going to go to Jan City.
You're on mute again, Jan.
Yeah, sorry. I would say 3-1 for Villa.
Daniel?
2-1 Fulham.
What's that?
2-1 Fulham.
2-1
Yes, Daniel.
Fulham.
Right.
Yeah, and that's Daniel. Velvishwan.
1-1.
1-1. Ryan.
I'll go 1-0 Villa.
Villa getting a lot of support here.
What's this for?
100 quid each, mate, and then whoever loses.
100 quid?
100 quid?
I thought that's what you
it's
said.
Only for a fiver.
A fiver?
10 quid? 10 quid?
10 quid.
I donated 10 quid to 10 quid.
I didn't want to be too expensive.
Wait, is this a bet? What's this bet for?
Right,
to donate
right.
to
We're doing three predictions. We're doing predictions of 3 games, and whoever finishes the lowest has to pay £10 to Children's Liver Disease Foundation.
Well, like donate to your channel.
Yeah, donate £10. No, donate £10 to Children's Liver Disease Foundation.
Will you send a link to that?
Yeah, I'll send you the link when the results come through.
I can do that if you want.
Yeah, okay. All right. So can I have your prediction for the Leicester City game?
Leicester City game. All right. City will win. Is it have to say score?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. City will win 3-1.
That's Man City. That's real, Chris. Right. Arsenal Liverpool, Chris.
Arsenal Liverpool. Okay. I'm going. Oh, there's one part of me thinking, yeah, Arsenal could turn up, and then, okay, I'm going to say Liverpool 2-1.
2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's Chris. Aston Villa, Fulham.
Aston Villa.
Fulham.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. Aston Villa win 1-0.
1-0 Fulham. Ryan, you went 1-0 Fulham.
So
didn't
wait,
you?
I went 1-0 Villa.
Oh, 1-0 Villa.
So wait,
Villa.
yeah. So loser donates £10 to
Yeah.
the charity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you send me the link, if I lose, yeah. I'll
I've got you on DM, so I can send you a link once it comes. And even then, the link. If I don't send, if I just say you lost, right?
Yeah.
Just check one of my videos out because it's the links in the description.
Oh yeah.
Links always in the description. So yeah. So that's Will, Chris, Ryan, Velshwan, Yancy, Daniel, Talk Menu. We're trying to get Saeed to give us one. Lanzi.
Or is this Villa Fulham?
Yeah.
1-0.
1-0. That's Lanzi. So unfortunately I can't get
Charlie.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll get Charlie too. Charlie, go on.
3-1 Villa.
3-1 Villa. Right, do you know, we'll put yours down, but I just won't include them in the results.
I didn't do one for the Arsenal game either, and I'd say 1-1.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll quickly write this down.
Just saying it'll make a difference. But yeah.
1-1.
Yeah.
What? Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
1-1.
Wow. Just put not playing next to it because obviously you're underage. Leicester City.
You did his.
What did you say?
Said 2-0 City.
I said 3-1.
No, I said 2-0.
That's... Right, that's it. Done. And I'll count those up at the end of the week or after the last game. And yeah, I'll let you know who lost, basically, and who won. And yeah, and like I said, thank you very much.
2 people on like the lowest points.
Both pay?
You both have to pay.
Yeah.
What if all of us get the same?
Wow, that's gonna be
No, what if that? No.
Look,
all of us get the same token and you pays for all of us.
You say what?
You said 100 quid.
Was that Velvish one?
Yeah.
Velvish one. Did you say I've got to pay for everyone?
Yeah.
Have you been looking at my
bank
details?
account?
Have you? Or is it because I told her that I have not billed my clients for the last 3 months? That's what's probably put that in your mind, isn't it? Well, anyway, move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to quickly push something back.
I just want to ask Charlie his opinion on the Haaland and Kane, because I think he joined a little bit late. We were talking about Haaland Kane. What do you reckon, Charlie?
Can't be too. This has got to be the last point because I've got to move this on.
I reckon if we sign Haaland, we'd walk the league, and I reckon we'd win the Champions League as well. I think Haaland would be a better signing than Kane. Even though Kane's a good player, I'd prefer Haaland.
Yeah.
Can I say that? Like, do you guys actually think you have a good chance at having Haaland to the City fans?
Hey, if they get Haaland, Arsenal's fans' predictions of Champions League in 3 years. Well, my analogy that I used for it, and I kept using it last week, right? And Talk Man, you know who it is, right? It gets bigger by the minute if they get Haaland.
I can't see it because City don't like bidding wars. And you heard what Viola said.
Yeah, but they just outbid everyone, so it's fine.
No. I'm just saying, every time City's been in a bidding war, they've backed off.
One at a time.
If Manchester City go in first, they've already made. Listen, I believe anyway that when Pep signed that new deal, there must have been a conversation around that deal. That look, if I'm going to sign this new deal, then I have to be. The team needs refreshing. It's going to need refreshing every couple of seasons to keep this intensity up. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
So
then I'm just going.
We're going to need a funds. But let me just say this one thing: if City go in first, if they've already had these conversations and talks, if they go in first, they're going to realise they don't want to go into a bidding war publicly. So you go, okay, what's his value? Just add a little bit more on top of it and go, there you go, wallop, 100 and whatever it is million on the table, bang, simple.
They already said they're not willing to spend over 100 million on a player though.
And they've got a cap space on their weekly wages as well.
I don't know. Viola does not like Pep.
I'll tell you what, that debate could go on for a fair much longer, but I've literally pushed it to as far as I can go. Otherwise, I'm going to miss kickoff for England versus Poland, and that wouldn't look good. So
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Shaw's not starting, so I wouldn't watch it.
Nope, Chilwell.
How did you forget? You did the thumbnail. God's sake.
Did you not know that?
I've not long eaten, and when I eat, I get lethargic. My brain starts slowing down a bit. What happens when you get a bit older?
Hey, I'm up to here with like Arteta Win fans, right? When their predictions about
they're in your head, mate.
Champions Leagues. Oh,
they've been in your head. They've actually.
They'll be lucky we win a Premier League in 3 years. Let alone
as I said, Man United will win a Premier League before Arsenal get in Champions League again.
Mate, if we get who we're looking at, mate, we're going to win a season. We're going to win it next season. Let me tell you that, Stephen.
Right, who forgets what he wants?
I wouldn't mind, but hey, look, that's an actually. To be honest, that's actually genuine. I actually do think there's more chance of that happening because we ain't going to win nothing. Not a Champions League, not a Premier League in 3 years. You can get real, especially if Man City go get harmed. But anyway, I've run out of time anyway. But thanks to Jan City, Ryan, Charlie, Landy, Talk Menu, Velvishwan, Daniel Wilquist, Saeed, who was just on earlier. Thanks to everyone in the chat that I can see you all. Thanks ever so much, as usual. As I said, we've hit over 800 subscribers. We could give Arteta 10 years, and I'd still say there's more chance. But there you go. Especially with this manager. But yeah, thanks to everyone that's tuned in, and I'll be starting just literally in 5 minutes' time with the England versus Poland watch along. So if you want to watch that, come and join us. And until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and as always, this SFeatleyTV says thank you, Claude. Thank you for everything. Goodbye.